Okay. We are live, and I think I need to just here just to be extra sure. Okay. Let's check in. I'm going to wait around and make sure a particular someone is able to see what I'm doing before I jump into it. Also going to grab a drink of water. Where's my water? Anyone who may have just arrived, bear with me. I'm still making sure everything's set up. I need to Mine Code War says, what you think of PHP++. Well, truth is, I'm out here doing a stream on PHP while knowing next to nothing about it, which is why I'm on the, if I show you over on my screen here, I'm on the, let me make it text a little bigger. These ads or something. I should have got an ad block on this. What do you think of PHP++? I think I should search and find out what PHP++ is. Show instead results for PHP++. Mine Code War, or is it Mine Cod War? Sorry, it was a troll. Don't waste your time. PHP++ was a troll? I'm confused. You thought I knew about PHP. That is like a reasonable thing to assume when I say let's make a blog with PHP. Yeah, I googled it and I'm like, I'm not seeing anything here. Okay. Um, so let's just start right into it. And if this stream goes well, Emmanuel Adufo says, "Hi, Emmanuel. I assume you're saying, hi, I am Emmanuel, and not saying hello to Emmanuel. But in either case, I'm going to go ahead and say hello, Emmanuel. So let's learn PHP. PHP is a server scripting language and a powerful tool for making dynamic and interactive web pages. PHP is a widely used, free, and efficient alternative to competitors such as Microsoft's ASP. Easy learning with PHP. Try it. With our online PHP editor, you can edit the PHP code and click a button to view the result. So we have doc-type HTML, HTML body, and then, okay, so it lives inside of a question mark PHP tag. And we echo my first PHP script, try it yourself. Oh, and it opens up a thing over here. Echo, I don't know PHP, exclamation point, run. That was not very quick. I'm not sure how I feel about how long it took that to go. PHP exercises. Insert the missing part of the code below to output hello world. I guess the missing part is echo. Interesting how it reminds me of bash scripting to have it say echo and then that. Like if I go, do I need to drive the point home? I think I don't need to. Submit answer. I don't think I like how it just pulled up a whole new page here. What is this website? PHP home. Okay, PHP intro. You should already know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Got it, at least reasonably well. PHP is an acronym for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. PHP is widely used open source scripting language. PHP scripts are executed on the server. Oh, that's nice. I was reading a post about how server-side execution is nice because a lot of times the web scrapers for search engines don't, what do they not do? They don't always run the JavaScript on a page. So if your page requires on client-side JavaScript running for the meaningful information of the page to do anything, then you might be out of luck if Google visits your page, reads like a basic HTML that says, just what does it say? It'll just say like body, and then head, body, and then script.js, and everything on your website, if it's like React, a React single page application, then it relies on running JavaScript on the client side. But Google's bot is lazy and doesn't want to run your JavaScript. So in that case, if you're server side rendered, then JavaScript is that Google's going to see everything that it needs to see without having to run power, use computing power to run JavaScript. Anyway, PHP is free to download and use. PHP is an amazing and popular language. Is an amazing and popular language. It's powerful enough to be at the core of the biggest blogging system on the web, WordPress. Oh, I didn't even know that WordPress was PHP. Emmanuel says okay. Okay to what? It is powerful enough to be at the core of the biggest blogging system on the web, WordPress. It is deep enough to run large social networks. It is also easy enough to be a beginner's first server-side language. What is a PHP file? PHP files can contain text, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP code. PHP is executed in the server, and the result is returned to the browser as plain HTML. PHP files have extension .php. What can PHP do? PHP can generate dynamic page content. PHP can create, open, read, write, delete, and close files on the server. PHP can collect form data. PHP can send and receive cookies. Can add, delete, and modify data in your database. PHP can be used to control user access, and PHP can encrypt data. Oh, that's nice. With PHP, you are not limited to output HTML. You can output images, PDF files, even Flash movies. You can also output any text, such as XHTML and XML. Why PHP? PHP runs on various platforms. PHP is compatible with almost all servers used today. PHP supports a wide range of databases. PHP is free. PHP.net. PHP is easy to learn and runs efficiently on the server side. What's new in PHP 7? Much faster, improved error handling, supports stricter type declarations for function arguments, supports new operators like the spaceship operator. Ooh, I like that. To start using, what do I need to start using PHP? You can find a web host with PHP and MySQL support, install a web server on your own PC, and then install PHP and MySQL. However, if your server, well, I'm not really going to work with a web server tonight, so I'll just do this locally. Install a web server, install PHP, install a database. Please, how does SEO work? Oh, that's a deep one. Um, I would say make good content and have people engage with it on social networks, and that's one way to rise to the top. It used to work in kind of silly ways, where a website, if a website, let's say it was, um, let's just say it was a balloon sales website. They're trying to sell balloons, but there aren't that many people. Sorry for the typing mistakes. Got broken screen. No worries, Emmanuel. Glad you're asking. Let me just check one thing though. Um, how SEO works is, it used to be just keyword stuffing. Like, let's say you have a page about cars and you want your page to rank for cars. You could put hidden, um, put a bunch of hidden text, like white text on a white background that said car, car repair, vehicle, driving school. Even if you weren't like a driving school, you could still put driving school on it. And if it got really crazy, you could start packing in keywords that didn't even have anything to do with cars, just to try to get your page to rank on the search results. Chronox says, "Hi Eric." Hi Chronox, nice to see you. Glad to see you stopping by. I don't know what this stream is going to end up being about. We started at PHP and now I decided to answer a viewer question and start blabbing about SEO. And we may get back to PHP eventually. It's possible. But I kind of want to, well, how SEO works is you want to get your results up in the organic search results. So let's just search for cars. And what do we get? We get an ad. So I'm going to skip the ad because that's not, although this is interesting. Cars.com is both the first organic result and the first ad result. And I'm sure, Cars.com is not thrilled that they have to pay to put their name at the top when their name is at the top of the non-paid ones already. But search engine okay, CarMax.com. I don't want news. Official trailer for Cars 2006 with a Wikipedia entry on the Cars film. I'm not an SEO expert. I don't think I want to delve into SEO tonight. I don't think that's where I want to. Oh, you know what? My mic's in the wrong place. Let me mute and replace my mic. And move my mic to the side. Oh, did I mute the wrong thing there? I don't know if I muted anything. Where's my water? I'm a little scatterbrained tonight, it turns out. So let's get back into PHP. I'd like to get it running on my own machine so I can play around with things without having to be on the Web3 schools. Installation on macOS. Using packages. Oh, you can just do brew install pip. Okay. Let's do that. 1 second while I make sure I don't have anything that I don't want to reveal on my terminal. Oh, my terminal's not even open. So that's fine. Brew, I don't know if this is going to show you anything, so I'm going to do this off screen. Brew install PHP. And I assume it'll choose a reasonable version for me. Warning, brew update pre-install. Okay, while that's working, let's scroll on down, try it. I love text equals PHP with a couple exclamation points. How do I try it myself? Oh, I have to do this in a new window. PHP exclamation points, $ text. So you have to do a $ to declare your variable before, like when you're doing a declaration on the left side of the equals. That's interesting. I wonder if it's going to be this slow when I run it on my machine. It might be that they have to like have a server doing this, and that could kind of explain why it's slow. Next, basic PHP syntax. Looks like we have PHP goes here. It begins with what is this? What is this character? What is that thing called? Anyway, PHP code goes here. It looks like it's a / for comments. A PHP file normally contains HTML tags and some PHP scripting code. But below we have an example of a simple PHP page with a PHP script that uses a built-in function echo to output the text "Hello World" on a web page. I want to try it myself, and can I wrap this in like header so that text is, oh no, I guess I'd want to do H2 and then close H2. Run that. Okay, so in this case, the PHP code resolves as text, and then it's a P, and then it becomes part of the HTML. Now, PHP statements end with a semicolon. Yeah, echo hello world, okay. PHP case sensitivity. In PHP case words, if, else, while, echo. Classes, functions, and user-defined functions are not case sensitive. In the example below, all 3 echo statements below are equal and legal. Echo, echo, echo. Just for fun. VCHO. Hi. And a break. Hi, the break, and the quote. So you can write HTML inside of the string that PHP is going to return. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that you could do that. However, all variable names are case sensitive. Okay, so they're doing an example with color and capital color and They don't define the capital's color. So is that just going to be an error? Also, what's with this dot? They didn't have they explained that syntax and I just skipped it? Let me see what happens when I take out the dot. Huh. It's a problem when I take out the dot. Maybe it'll tell me later why the dot is there. Okay, that's fine. Comments. This is a comment. This is also a comment. This is a multi-line comment with the slash star and the star slash. Oh, that's kind of cute. You're commenting out in the middle of a line of PHP code. Okay, that works. PHP variables, $text, $x, $y. They'll hold the values. When you assign text to a variable, put quotes around the value. Quotes around, yeah, because it's a string. PHP variables. Variables can have short names or a more descriptive name. Starts with the $, followed by the name of the variable. The name must start with a letter, or okay, that's fine. Output variables. The PHP echo statement is often used to output data to a screen. The following example will show how to output text and a variable. Echo I love, and then you use the $ text inside of the string. Okay. The following example will produce the same output as the example. But what does the period do? Why do we need a period? And why isn't it like, okay, in Python it would be, get a new activate my conda environment. Like to do this in Python, we would go text equal w3 schools CHOOLS.com. No semicolon because this is Python, and then print like I love space plus text plus dollar exclamation point, right? And it prints out like that. But they haven't told me what the dot does yet. PHP is loosely typed, okay. In PHP 7, type declarations were added, okay. Variable scope. Variables can be declared anywhere in the script. The scope of a variable is the part of the script where the variable can be referenced used. Scope options are local, global, or static. A variable declared outside a function. Oh, so suddenly we're talking about functions. That's exciting. Oh, my timer's almost up here. I need to check on something though. A variable declared outside a function has global scope and can be only accessed outside a function. Oh, you can't access it inside of the function. But global scope should mean that it's accessible everywhere. A variable within a function has local scope, sure. You can have local variables with the same name in different functions because local variables are recognized only by the functions in which they are declared, okay. The global keyword is used to access a global variable from within a function. All right, let's break that down. So we have our PHP. I can make this even bigger, I feel like. Oops, what's it doing? Variable x equal 5, variable y equal 10, function my test. Declare a global, the variable x, and global, the variable y. Now we can set y equals x plus y. And when we echo variable y after doing my test, it outputs 15. And I assume if we did my test twice, which I'm going to try it now, why not do it 3 times? Oh, semicolon. Got ahead of myself there. Okay, yeah, it adds y is x plus y every time. So it adds, start with 10 and we add 5 each time. No, y is x plus y. So oh yeah, 10 plus 5 and then plus 5 and then plus 5. So 25. Okay. Ooh, I thought I got myself confused there. PHP also stores all global variables in an array called $globals at index. The index holds the name of the variable. The array is also accessible from within functions and can be used to update global variables directly. Okay, globals y equals globals x plus globals y. Okay. Static keyword. Normally when a function is completed, executed, all of its variables are deleted. However, sometimes we want a local variable not to be deleted. We need it for a further job. To use this, use the static keyword when you first declare the variable. Static x equals 0, echo x, x plus plus. So what's this going to do? Someone in the chat, if you can, tell me what this is going to do. Is it gonna? I feel like it's gonna print 0 3 times, right? Because it's setting x equals 0 every time we run the function. But this x plus plus here makes me think that like they want it to echo 0, 1, then 2. Well, let's just run it and see what it says. Oh, that's confusing. Someone want to help me explain why that happened? Maybe the static variable x equals 0 only gets executed on the first instance of the function. And then after that, it just ignores it. Maybe. I don't know. Then each time the function is called, the variable will still have the information it contained from the last time the function was called. Note the variable is still local to the function. That's mysterious. Echo and print. Print has a return value of 1. Echo can take multiple parameters, although such usage is rare, while print can take 1 argument. Echo is marginally faster than print. The echo statement, echo stuff. So we've been seeing that, displaying variables. So this dot again must be for string concatenation. The print statement can be used with or without parentheses, print or print. What does it look like when you use it with parentheses? Are they going to show me that? I guess I'll have to try it myself. Is it like this? Yeah, it's like that. What if I try to mess it up by doing this? What if I delete the rest of this? Also syntax error. Okay. Outputting variables, that's fine. Data types. Variables can store data of different types, and the data types can do different things. String, integer, float, boolean, array, object, null, resource. PHP string, PHP integer. PHP float, 10.36. PHP boolean, true or false. PHP array, okay, this is interesting, this is new. Well, the rest of that was new also, but it's felt familiar enough from other things. Quab Ebb says, hello. Hello there. How are you tonight? Thanks for stopping in. Cars equals array, Volvo, BMD, Toyota, var dump, $ cars. Is it going to, what's that going to do? Just for fun, I want this to be an H1. I'm going to make it H3 so it's not ridiculously big. / H3. Run that. Array, length of 3, at 0, string 5, Volvo, at 1, string 3, BMW, at 2, string 6, Toyota. Okay, so 0 indexing. PHP object. Objects, classes and objects are the two main aspects of object-oriented programming. Let's just look at the code. Class car, public color, public model, public function, public function. When the individual objects are created, let's assume we have a car named A. Okay. If you create a construct function, PHP will automatically call this function when you create an object of the class. Okay, so this all looks like Quab says, can see you are Python guru, good vibes. I don't know about guru, but thank you. I'm definitely more of a Pythonista than I am a PHPer, that's for sure. So speaking of Python, this construct is like the init function in Python. Like class, car. Is that the right syntax? Def init this dot color equal blue. C equals car. Oops, I need to do init of self, which raises the question, does oh man, it's been a while since I've done classes in Python. It appears. I'm stumbling all over myself here. C equals car, C dot color, blue. Okay. Whew. That was a little rough. Sorry about that. Also, I could make this text larger, I think. So just for my interest, I'm gonna translate this into Python because that's gonna help me to connect the different parts of my brain. How do you You don't actually. I don't actually have to. Um, I don't have to declare the attributes. I just have to put them in the init function. Def init of color model. Oops, I need init of self color model. Self dot color equals color. Self dot model equals model. And that's that. Except I'm not done yet. Def message return my car is a quote plus message of self. I keep forgetting that. Plus self dot color plus quote plus self dot model exclamation point. Okay, now I think I can do C equals car of blue Camry. C dot message the car is a blue Camry exclamation point. Okay. So this arrow color is how they do what would be in Python self.color. My car equals new car of those arguments, echo my car message. What does it print out in that case? Also, what does Python print? I don't think I developed a toString method, so the Python is just going to be a car object at such and such place in memory. But if we try it ourselves here, let's run this. Oh, they never did just print the car. They echoed the message function from my car. Interesting. So you have to do that arrow syntax to get from the my car variable to the underlying function. PHP null value. Null is a special data type which can have only one value. Null, a variable of data type null, is a variable that has no value assigned to it. Tip, if a variable is created without a value, it is automatically assigned a value of null. Variables can also be emptied by setting the value to null. X equal hello world, X equal null. I guess null is another keyword that's not case sensitive in PHP. Var dump of X, let's see what it looks like. Okay, it's capital null. And close this. PHP resource, the special resource type is not an actual data type. It is the storing of a reference to functions and resources external to PHP. A common example of using a resource data type is a database call. We will not talk about the resource data type here since it is an advanced topic. PHP string, I don't think I want to spend a whole bunch of time just learning about strings. String length, string word count. Oh, that's kind of neat that they have that. String reverse, string position, string position, hello world world, so it finds world at position 6 of hello world. That's cool. String replace, hello Dolly, cute. Complete string reference, that's okay. PHP numbers, integers, floats, infinity. Oh, a numeric value that is larger than PHP floats max is considered infinite. Can we have infinite in integers though? It looks like it's only for floats. PHP nan, not a number. Impossible mathematical operations. PHP has the following functions to check if it's not a number. Oh, they're going fancy with arc cosine. Numerical strings. with a number or a numeric string. Oh, so a string that can be converted. What happens when they add 100 to the string 59.85? That's kind of interesting. True, 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 false. Let's just var dump x itself. So what if I reverse the order of these two? Run. Doesn't matter. It's still so the addition operator turns this into a numeric. That's interesting. What if I do quote 100 plus unquoted 59.85? Same thing. What if I do them both quoted? Is it going to concatenate them? No, it still adds them. I guess addition really wants to be numeric. What about 59.85q? Can I force it to... Now that's weird. Right? Am I right that that's weird? Something weird is happening. I'm going to move on though. Casting strings and floats to integers. Use the parenthesis int. How much longer does this go? PHP Advanced, OOP, MySQL Database, XML, Ajax. Examples, compilers, quiz, exercise. Maybe I'll get through this section of PHP. Just a bunch of math functions: pi, min and max, absolute, square root, random numbers, complete PHP math reference, PHP constants. What are constants in PHP? Define, name, value, case insensitive. That's interesting. What is this case insensitive? Is that just a reminder that it's case insensitive? Oh. So by default, it's probably false for case insensitive. Array of cars, constants are global. Okay, PHP operators. I'm just thinking ahead in my head to I said in the title we were going to make a blog with PHP. Did I? Oh, it failed to install. Weird. Okay, I have PHP on my machine now. Um, operators, this all looks reasonable. Assignment operators. Times equals stuff. Equal or identical. Equal and they are the same type. This I wanna play with. Oh, they have an example that I like actually. $100 and 100. Oh, my timer is very much time to put up the BRB screen. Be right back. Oh, there it is. I'm at a decision point here, and I would welcome input from the crowd. Would you like to see more of this PHP stuff, or would you like to see me do some code wars in Python? Because I've been learning a bit about PHP, and I think saying let's build a blog in a language I don't even know was a little bit of a silly expectation for me to set. So I apologize for that on some level. But let's actually update, at least on Twitch, the stream info. Um, okay, stream info updated to Python Code Wars, and YouTube may just have to have the incorrect stream information for now. I think that's kind of acceptable. So let's go to Code Wars. And I feel like practicing some 8Q tonight. Quabeb says Python. I'm glad you said Python because I have already decided that Python is what it's going to be. PHP is ugly. Interesting take, CTY. I think you might be right about that, actually. I mean, for starters, there's the fact that you have to put everything inside of an HTML style tag. That makes it more difficult to begin with. Let's zoom this in one more time. That's looking okay. I want 8Q with progress. I have not trained on. I might be a little too zoomed in. You can't code under pressure, number one. Code as fast as you can. You need to double the integer and return it. Let's go back to Python. Python train. Is there actually like a timer? Let's find out. I don't think there was an actual timer. I could play golf and try to make this as short as I can. Okay. Now, normally I would take the time to explain my thinking, but that one kind of had me feeling like, oh, I better hurry. I have trained on difficulty 8. Maybe I can open these in new windows. Sum in differences in array. Your task is to sum the differences between the consecutive pairs in the array in descending order. Say that. In descending order, 10 to 1. 10 minus 2 plus 2 minus 1 is 8 plus 1 equal 9. If the array is empty or the array has only one element, the result should be 0, nothing in Haskell. CTY says, how about do some Python projects from JetBrains? Thinky emoji. I could do some of that. Let's do this. Let's set my hourglass timer over here. Set that up. And you know what else? How about let's have some music on this stream? Anyway, my idea, CTY, my idea is I will plug in my headphones. Those are plugged in. plug in the audio cable from here. Actually, we can use desktop audio, it'll be fine. Okay, there's some chill music. CTY says, I am stuck in a project about loans. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll do that loans project. CTY, if you want to, you can, if you have a GitHub, put that code up on GitHub and send me the link. And once this timer is up, I'll take a look at the project on JetBrains, and I'll take a look at what you've got so far. But for now, I do want to drain this one. Oh, you don't know how to use GitHub yet? I'm sorry for assuming things. Well, do you want to learn to use GitHub? After this, let's get you GitHubified. After this CodeWars Kata timer runs down. So as I'm thinking about this, it would be nice to get for X in array, but I'm gonna have to do something different. Oh, here's what I can do. Oh, CTY says, I told you I made a mess on my PC with GitHub. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Let me grab your profile. See if you have a profile photo, so it helps me remember you for next time. No, you don't have a profile photo. Well, you know what? Some things on GitHub you can do just totally on github.com. You don't necessarily need to have it on your PC. But maybe we can clean up your GitHub mess too. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We have to do successive elements, which means we need both X and the next X. So for that, I know I want to do CTY says, yeah, I was just thinking just upload things directly. Yeah, that's allowed. CTY says, I ain't a pro. That's okay, we'll get you there. If that's where you want to get, at least. We'll get you there. Obviously, this is just a skeleton. I don't have everything in place yet. But what I can say is, if y equal none, continue, that means we'll go to the next X in the array. But before we do that, y equals X. Let's give these better names. For current in array and prev. Let's see, it's previous minus current. And we need to keep a total. And we need to say total plus equals previous minus current. Then, before we finish each iteration of the loop, we have to take current and store it into previous. Then I think if I've done this right, we just return total. Oh, unexpected exception raised. Y is not defined. Oh, okay, sure. If prev equal none. I did it backwards. Instructions. Oh, we need to sort the array. Let's see if I did that right. I did it right. CTY says, is there a way to pop up that instruction tab on the left side of the screen so we can read it all? Yeah. Maybe. You know, there's a way to pop out this thing. But actually, I guess there's not a way to pop out the entire thing. Next time I'll take the time to read the whole problem. Actually, you know what we can do? I think I can get it to that point if I attempt and say submit and then go to details. Yeah. So that went pretty quick. I'll train again on this one. Your task is to sum the differences between consecutive pairs in the array in descending order. So you take the array, you put it in descending order, and you sum up the differences between consecutive pairs. It says in an example, 2, 1, and 10 goes to 9. In descending order, that's 10 to 1. 10 minus 2 is 8. 2 minus 1 is 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. If the array is empty or the array has only one element, the result should be 0. Oh, I didn't even think about that requirement. I guess I got it right though. So let's train again, and I'm gonna talk through my thought process. I'm gonna have a previous variable, and you know I didn't think to ask. Did I give you enough time to see that? Hopefully, because I read through the whole thing. Although I'm talking a little quickly. Yeah. Sum of previous. I'm thinking I want to take sum of previous minus current. I'll write the whole letter. I'll write out the whole code. So here's the example. For current in array, I don't need to do anything with current here because it gets defined at every instance of the array. CTY says someone shall make a Twitch interactive screen for certain websites. Who is that certain someone, and what is that certain website? That's what I'd like to know. It'd be pretty amazing if you could like mess around with my Code Wars website. Okay. Anyway, I can delete current from here. Previous equals none. So we have to kind of throw away the first current because there's no previous. So if previous equals none, then set previous equal current and continue in the loop. Otherwise, to do the sum, we set total equals 0. And we say total equals total plus the difference between previous and current. So that's going to be, oops, previous minus current. That's going to be the 10 minus 2 and 2 minus 1. And then it does return total. Oh, did I do something wrong again? Oh, well, I have to do previous equal current over here, but they may have done something else wrong too. Previous referenced before assignment.
I tried to remember.
Oh, I spelled it wrong. Oh, I keep forgetting that I forgot to sort it again. ARR dot sort. With reverse equal true.
Go on.
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave this code up for a second while I look at the chat. CTY says, I have seen on Dota 2 streamers have a Twitch add-on that if you hover over game items and spells, it shows their ability of spells or items, or enemy heroes, etc. Oh, that's cool. So that's an add-on to the Twitch player. So like, as a viewer of a Twitch stream, if this was an enemy over here, I don't care about past solutions. I would hover on it and it would... That's impressive. Someone did some really good work to make that possible. Yeah, if you could somehow have... I'm trying to think of an easier way to do it.
Oh, wait a minute.
And one way to do it would just be, I mean... One way to do it would be to have a link to the Code Wars. Oh, CTY has a link for me on Twitch. Can I copy paste here? I'm not sure if I can. That's really cool. I wonder how that works. Yeah, if you find the... There's a GitHub gist on it. Tooltip.js. Oh, there's a lot here. I don't think I want to dive into that code base live on stream, but that's really cool. Okay, for people who don't have access to the Twitch chat, I'll describe briefly. There's a website for, and I don't have this up on screen, but Dota 2 Tooltips Twitch extension. My good friend and I, Buka, have recently launched a Twitch extension that you may have already seen being beta tested. It's called Dota 2 Tooltips. If enabled by the streamer, it allows viewers to check out cool information from the game, including but not limited to hero skills, AGHs. I'm sorry, I'm not a Dota player. I don't know what that is. Shards and items. The tooltips will also show recent changes made via Dota patches. Very cool. All right, let's bring it back around to this what am I doing? Let's bring it back around to Code Wars. Does anyone have any questions on sum of differences of an array before I move on to, the next thing? I think I'm going to move on to the next Code War. Freudian translator. This sounds fun. How long is this? It's kind of long, so I make it a little smaller. I might be able to read the whole thing at once. You probably know that number 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything, according to Douglas Adams' The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. For Freud, the answer was quite different. In the society he lived in, people, women in particular, had to repress their sexual needs and desires. This just got spicy. This was simply how the society was at the time. Freud then wanted to study the illnesses created by this, so he digged to the root of their desires. This led to some of the most important psychiatric theories to this day, Freud being the father of psychoanalysis. Oh, so we're just gonna replace every... I'm not gonna do this one. Let's do something more mathy. To square root or not to square root. Write a method that will get an integer array as a parameter and will process every number from this array. Return a new array with processing every number of the input array like this. If the number has an integer square root, take this, otherwise square the number. So 4 has a square root, so we return the square root of it. 3 does not have a square root, so we square 3 to get 9, and so on. The input array will always contain only positive numbers and will never be empty or null. Okay, I think we got this. For num in array import math, I want to be able to do math that's sqrt of num, and I want to check if that's so if floats skip. I think the input array will always contain only positive numbers and will never be empty or null. That will get an integer array. The inputs will always be integers, so we don't have to worry about a float. We can take if math.square num if mod that mod 2 equals 0. So let me think this through, right? Oh wait, that's actually... how do I do that? So if float skip. Oh, if the... yeah, okay, I get it now. Except that... how does Python math.square root work? Let me just, let me print the square root of the number. This is giving me more trouble than I thought it would. So... we need to... it turns out the result of math.square root will always be I've got kind of a hack thought that I've thought up to fix this. If int of math.sqrt of number squared equals number, out array dot append int of math.sqrt of num. Else out ar.append int of math or int of num squared. Return out array. I'll get to the chat in a second, but I want to see if I get this right. Out AR is not defined. Bad Cop says, what happened to Burger Man? I don't know. I asked them how are they working on... oh, okay. CTY says I am probably wrong. I'm not... you might be right. although maybe not. I think so. CTY, are you saying take the square root and if the result is a float, then skip? That's a good idea, but the reason that's not going to work, let me show you some stuff in my IPython. There. So x, let's say x equals 4. If y equals, I need to import math. Or does square root always return float? Yeah, that's what I think. CTY, I think that's the deal. I think square root always does return float. So if I say y equal math.sqrt of x, and if I say type of y, it's a float. But we can still try this, because if I do math.sqrt of 4 and I take that as an int and I square it, I get back 4. But if I do 5 and I square it, I get back 4. Right? Because when it math.sqrt of 5 is that, but int of math.sqrt of 5 is just 2. So that's why this should work, if I remember to call everything by the right name. Let's make this one bit smaller. Out ARR is not defined. Oh, I have to set it equal to empty list. Try that. Empty list. Why am I getting empty list? Line 4 is an oopsie. Yep, yes it is. Thank you, bad cop. That's a little better. Okay, I'm gonna, it's either too small or too big in my opinion. So let's talk about why this works. This if condition is the big deal. This is where you take, like if we take, what's an input? Okay, 4 is supposed to get 2. So square root of 4 will be 2.0. Int of 2.0 will be 2. 2 squared will be 4. And 4 will equal 4. So then we take the square root of, I wonder if I want to calculate the square root up here and save it to a new variable, but I don't mind too much that I'm calculating it twice. So 4 square root is 2.0, int of that is 2. Otherwise, we take the number and square it. And I guess this cast to int here is actually redundant, right? Because an integer squared should still be an integer, I think. Let me go back to my terminal. Yeah, still an integer. All right, any questions on this one before I move away? Looks like we've We don't really have time for another. Maybe I can do a speed run. Let's do a speed run. Oops. Where are we? Oh. I don't think I've even submitted this one yet. Let's attempt it. Submit. Oh, you can call is integer on... Huh. That's interesting. So what happens if I do 4 to the 0.5? 2.0 oh. So that's interesting. Because we have, by the way, this is a shorthand in IPython for the last result. See if I do it there, it's true. But 4 to the 0.5 dot is integer. So that's saying that if I do something like 5.0 dot is integer be true, 5.5 dot is integer equals false. But the confusing thing here, for at least for me, is that if I do type of 5.0, I still get a float. So I guess something type of 5 is an int. What about 5 dot is integer? Is that a meaningful thing to say in Python? Int has no attribute is integer. Right, because an int is always going to be an integer, so why would you bother asking the computer that kind of a question? If root is integer, append root. Well, that's interesting, because this is going to be a float type, but it is going to be an integer. So I guess the problem must be set to allow for that. Let me train again and just look at the tests. Because that one is going to have 2.0, and I guess the tests are going to... Huh. That is interesting. And with that, we are almost out of this timer, so I'm going to take a quick little break. BRB cam. Okay, we are back. And I think now is the time for one of these JetBrains projects. Have me a drink of water. Start up a timer. Okay, JetBrains project Python loans. Looks like someone has it on hyperskill.org. Is this? Highly rated for usefulness. You will practice using mathematics and Python in everyday tasks and learn how to use third-party modules and libraries. You also learn more about different financial instruments. Bone Calculator is a graduate project for track Python for beginners. Select this project. Do I have to sign up? Okay, let me see about registering for this. CTY says I register for free. Why are they asking for money? I don't know. But I they didn't ask for my credit card, so it's cool. Personalized project. Well, let's take a look at. You're stuck on 4 out of 5 of this. Stage 4. Differentiate payment. For loop, while loop, introduction to operating systems. That was one of these things is not like the other. 4 of 4 says CTY. Okay, fair enough. I'll close that down. So CTY, I'm not sure if you want me to work through like this whole project, since what you're stuck on is part 4. Because it looks like it would take a while to go through all of the different parts of this. Do you think, CTY, what if you, I know I mentioned GitHub before, and you said Git on your computer is kind of messed up. But CTY says, I think for you this is super easy. I mean, a lot of this stuff, comments, basic data types, it all sounds pretty, yes, like stuff that I'm familiar with. Complete or skip all the previous activities to unlock. Let's personalize. JetBrains, take a short test to generate your personal study plan. Just skip the problem if you don't know the answer. After you complete the step, you will get 25, which you can spend on various bonus features. You can do verify skip. Can I? Okay, I'll just do this. 2 plus 5 is 8. Integer divided by. Okay, I don't know the answer to this one because I don't know the order of operations. What is a programming language? Interpreter. How do I skip through the? Program, I think it's a program which compiles your source code into bytecode. It was named after the Monty Python show, right? Go to the project, and there is a
brought levity to each other's lives. But there's a lot more to life than that, and I realized that in these last few years. And we just became very different people. And so we had nothing in common overnight. It's very strange, but that happens.
Go to the project, and there is a verify skip option. I think I have to go through this thing. One, two, three, four, and then 5. Float, int, string, send. Apart from texting, the abbreviation LOL can easily be mistaken for a numerical sequence. I guess they're talking about 101, though I don't really see it. Write a program that prints the sum of 3 integer numbers. Read each number from the input separately and don't specify any message in the input, please. Total equals 0. Total equal input. Total plus equal input. Total plus equal input. Run solution. Time limit 15 seconds. I thought it said 15 minutes. Now what does it say? Read the input 3 times. Each one contains an age of a person. Jack's, Alex's, and Lena's. Find the youngest one among this and print this person's age. Print min of Jack. Do I get autocomplete? I don't think I do. Let's do it as a list. I wonder if it wants me to do it without the minimum function. Let's go full screen on this. Features of a list. If you have PyCharm, you can open this on IDE. I do have PyCharm. Lists cannot be empty, that's false. Lists can store duplicate values, that's true. Lists can store different types of elements, that's true. The element order matters, that's also true. What is the value of var at the end of this code? Var equals 10, var equals var times 2, 20. Var equals int var, still 20, 40. Even if I use the IDE though, it's probably going to want me to... We have built your personalized study plan. Your results show that you have already know certain topics well. Such topics will be detected as known. However, we encourage you to revise them if you don't feel confident or if you want more practice. Okay, start learning. Go to study plan and keep learning. Oh, this is where I can say verify to skip. Okay. Python 3 broke backwards compatibility. Overview of the basic program. Maybe let's try getting it in PyCharm. see, how do I do this? I opened up the Learn PyCharm, which is not exactly the same thing. Let's just do this thing here. Verify and skip. Write a program that prints the following line. It bothered, oh hey, IDE. Install the EDU tools plugin. Let's do that. The settings and preferences dialog. Select plugins. EDU tools, install. Updates available. I'd rather not do the update right now. Where did... Where did it go? Let's code with me. Is this where I'm supposed to click get? I mean, I already have it. I know I installed it in my PyCharm. You can open it now from Hyperskills. Oops, I don't want to exit cancel, thank you. Oh, that's how it does. Start. Cool. I don't know, I think this is going to make me do some of the same kind of basic stuff. But I'm okay with that. People might, you know, pick something up from it. Why did it open it up in the wrong window there? That's not what I wanted. 1 second, let me sort things out on my screen. Okay, bring this back. You just need to print the following text. Okay. Which of the following rules are provided by PHP 8? Avoid extra spaces within parentheses. I think so. Use single quote characters only to define a single character string. I don't know. Limit the length of variables names to a maximum of 5 characters. I don't like that. Limit the length of a line to a maximum of 79 characters. I like that. When a string contains a single or double quote characters, the other quote should be the opposite of its type. I like that. Verify to skip comments. Given a line of code and comment, please combine them and write them down as they would look in a real program. Please make the comment inline. Oh, I get it. Basic data types verify to skip. Write code that prints the type of the 3 objects that are written below. So I think they want me to copy in like this. See if they like that. Okay, we got that. Solve an IDE. Imagine your friend has created code for checking the type of variable OST equals happy, but you find some errors in it. Help him find 2 or 3 errors, correct the code, and print the type of the variable. Control D auto copies the line. OST equals happy. We just need type of OST. Check. Control D auto copies the line. Why would I want to auto copy the line? The previous developer accidentally, oh, this is interesting, named a variable str. Since this name is reserved for the built-in type, the code now the code fails. Please fix the variable name by adding an underscore as suggested in the topic. The value of your new variable shouldn't change. I should look like hello. You don't have to print anything. Let's just do this here. I like how Python allows you to overwrite built-in name and break stuff. That's kind of fun. Okay, beginning. We'll do this in the ID. Not autocopy. CTY on Twitch says not autocopy, but creates a new line of exact 5 line. I set it for the print type thing. Oh, okay. Objective, let's start by imitating the behavior. There are some prepared variables, no source code. These are text messages that our loan calculator can output. In this stage, all you need to do is output them in the right order. Okay. If I can spell print right. I do like JetBrains IDEs. I do like them a lot. Hit continue. Go to study plan and keep learning. Invoking a function verified to skip. Hello world, the classical introductory example slightly modified. Write a program that takes a string and writes it to the variable name equal input. We got that. This part of the code is already written for you. Then prints hello, oh, world, exclamation point, hello, comma, plus name. Oops, need the plus there. Taking input, verify to skip. Write a program that reads 2 float numbers from the users, use the float function, then print their sums. A equals float of input, B equals float of... I do this with F, quote, quote, is it bad? No, it's not bad. I almost thought about doing that myself, but I just decided to do it the other way. Let's take a pause though, and for the other viewers, what is F, quote, quote about? That's an F string. So if we had like name equal Bob, we can say string S equals F, quote, hello, comma, bracket, Bob, end quote. It's hello, bracket, name. Oh. I have to take a break pretty soon. My brain's getting a little fried. And then if we print S, it fills it in that way. So no, that's not bad at all. That's a fine way to do it. Okay. CTY says, I find it easier than plus, etc. when you have to put it in the middle of lines. Yeah, I think it is easier. It's a nicer way in the source code. Oh, I have to actually return their sum or print A plus B. No wonder it didn't work. Okay, that's better. Integer arithmetic, verify to skip. Extracting the square root of the number is equivalent to raising this number to a certain power. What number are we talking about? We're talking about 0.5. That came up in the solution on Code Wars earlier tonight. How convenient. Oops, continue. Program with numbers, verify to skip. Write a program that reads an integer and outputs its last digit. We got input, we got string of input so that we can get into a string type, and then we got bracket -1, and then print. There are probably other ways to do it, but do it this way. Okay. Skip. Hey, it didn't make me verify to skip that one. But I have to verify this one. Write a program that reads an integer value from the input and checks if it is positive. Hint, 0 is not a positive integer. A comparison already returns a boolean, so if you need the result of your comparison, you can print it like print 5 greater than 9, hashtag false. Equal input.strip, print. Oh, put my code here. I guess I better listen to it. Print a greater than 0. Knowledge verification if statement. The minimum. Look at the program below. It's supposed to find a minimum of numbers A and B, two numbers A and B. Unfortunately, the lines got mixed up and the indentation has disappeared. Okay, so we just need to move out the lines around. Well, if we can, at the bottom we can print minimum. Okay, do I have this right? Minimum equal A. If B less than minimum, minimum equal B, print minimum. Yeah, that looks right. Else statement, verify to skip. Here's a program that finds the maximum numbers. Guess what it will print for the variables A equal 9 and B equal 9, and select the line of code that will give such a result. Oh, I get it. It'll be line print B output 9. Let's give this another turn of the half-hour class. Load module, we can skip. Quotes and multi-line strings, we can skip. Elif statement, verify to skip. I'm kind of enjoying, like, breezing through this. The code below is supposed to classify 4 cities into 4 categories. million, large, medium, small, based on their population. Put the lines of code in the correct order. Make indents when needed. Ooh, okay. Well, if needs to go at the top. And needs to be not indented. That's a million city. Then we've got an elif. And another elif. Else, this is a small city, is going to go down at the bottom. Else moves down. Medium goes below large. Okay, I feel like I got it now. Verify to skip. Choose all the functions that are present in the math module. Ooh. Absolute is not, because it's in... it's a normal function. I think it's the same for min and max, but sine and cosine I feel like are probably going to be in math. Mean might be, I don't know what f-abs is, but let's try it. Retry. Oh, I have to click them again. Sine, cos, abs, square root, and mean. Let's try that one. Okay, fine, I'm actually gonna look it up. I'm gonna do it. Actually, you know what? I can do this from here. Math dot sine. Okay, it has sine. Math dot min. Do we have min? Math? No, it doesn't have min. Math dot abs. It shouldn't have abs. Math dot f abs. It has f abs. How about math dot did I try f abs? Yeah. Math dot mean. Oh, it doesn't have mean. Okay. So f abs, square and sine cosine, and it doesn't have abs, min, max, or mean. Okay. Interesting that it doesn't have mean. Okay. Yeah. Let's open this in the IDE. If you found the previous stage too easy, let's add something interesting. The best loans are probably those with 0% interest. Oh, I'd love a 0% interest loan. Turn around and put that loan in the bank and make free money. Let's make some calculations for 0% loan repayments. Payment equals principal divided by months. Examples. The behavior, prompt the user to enter their loan principal and choose which of the two parameters they want to calculate, the number of monthly payments or the monthly payment amount. Oh, this one is more interesting. To perform further calculations, you'll have to ask the required missing value. Finally, output the results for the user. When you output how many months it will take to repay the loan, mind the grammar of the sentence, for example. If it will take just 1 month to pay, you should say it will take 1 month to repay the loan, using the singular form of month. In other cases, use the plural form of month. It will take 7 months to repay the loan. Okay. Print. Enter the loan principal. Oops. P equals. Is it supposed to be an integer? Did they tell us that? Let's also assume we don't care about decimal places. I'll just assume it's supposed to be an integer. And I'll type it all the way out. Premium equal int of input. Print. What do you want to calculate? I put the text inside the input. Oh, that's right, you can do that. Good point. Oh my, what did I do to the code here? Let's just... Option equals input of... Okay. So we got if option equals m pass L if... Does it want us to do it like and handle erroring? Okay, input, enter the monthly payment. And what do they want us to do in... I'm going to read this whole sentence because I think this whole paragraph, because I think it's going to help me on some things I'm wondering about. Let's make some calculations for 0% loan repayments. The user might know the period of the loan and want to calculate the monthly payment, or the user might know the amount of the monthly repayments and wonder how many months it would take to repay the loan in full. In this stage, we need to ask the user to input the loan principal amount. Then the user should indicate what needs to be calculated, the monthly payment amount or the number of months, and enter the required parameter. After that, the loan calculator should output the value the user wants to know. Also, let's assume we don't care about decimal places. If you get a floating point expression as a result of the calculation, you'll have to do additional actions. Take a look at example 4, where you need to calculate the monthly payment. You know that the loan principal is $1,000 and you want to pay it back in 9 months. The real value of payment can be calculated as payment equals principal over months, if 1,000 to 9 equals 111.11, and so on. Of course, you can't repay that amount of money. You have to round up this value and make it 112. Remember that no payment can be more than the amount in the fixed monthly payment. If your payment amount is 111, that would make the last payment 112, which is not acceptable. If you make a monthly payment of 112, the last payment will be 104, which is fine. You can recalculate the last... Yeah, you did math seal for this. Yeah, that sounds like the right thing to do. Last payment equals principal minus period times minus periods minus 1 times payment equals 1000 minus 8 times 112 equals 104. In this stage, you need to count the number of months or the monthly payment. If the last payment differs from the rest, the program should display the monthly payment and the last payment. Okay, let's do it based on the examples. What's 1000 divided by 150? Oh, so you round, yeah, okay, math.ceil to round up, got it. Months equals something. Quotes F months. But I also need to do S if months greater than 1, else empty string. Quote S. Months equals, oh, I need to. Monthly payment equals input that. Import math. Monthly equals math dot ceiling of monthly payment. We need int of that. Okay. Let's check that test case. Looks like we got test case 1. Am I supposed to copy it to comment out all of this code? I feel like probably. Oh, it is supposed to be there. Hey, sandwich topping, thanks for the follow. I'm trying to understand this testing output. Oh, haha, math.ceil a monthly payment. No, it's... Oh, it's not premium, it's a principal. Principal integer divide by month, no. Integer divide by monthly payment, check, okay. So we passed one test. I'm just not clear on what that test is. Oh, wrong answer in test number 5. Okay, now let's work on example 2. You know, let's run this and test it ourselves. Manual testing, right? I don't want to run the tests. I want to run to the loan principal 1,000. 1,000. It'll take 1 month to repay the loan. Yeah, okay, that works. Example 2 is taken care of. Let's ignore example 4 for now. Elif option equal quote P colon input quote enter the number of months, number of months equals int of input number of months. If loan principal, no, just principal, modulo number of months equals 0, then we print f quote monthly payment equals principal divided by number of month, and I know it's going to come out to an integer because I made sure of that. So let's check that one. Else print f string your monthly payment. Need to seal this too. Actually, I think I need to floor this. Another way to do it is to do the integer division. Check that. I feel like I'm missing something here. What am I missing? Wrong answer in test number 5. Correct monthly payment is 112 and last payment is 104, but there are only 1001 in your output. Isn't payment equal P divide M? Let me run this thing again. Pay for monthly payment, ended up at our month's 9. Your monthly payment equal 111 and the last payment equal 1. So I guess I do need math.seal of principal divided by number of months. And maybe for this one I can do principal minus wait a second. Isn't payment equal P divided by M? Yeah, that's how did they calculate the last payment? Oh, here we go. Last payment. Okay. And last payment equals principal minus number of months minus 1 times, let's calculate payment equals this guy. Principal minus number of months minus 1 times payment. Okay. Last payment. Let's do that. Correct. Okay. I feel like that took me a bit longer than I would have liked it to, but verify the skip string formatting. Write a code that rounds the number of pi to 5 decimal places and prints it out. Let's just do this here. Print darn it, I don't remember how to do this. Go like this. Well, I mean, I could just do it as quote quote math round pi comma 5. You can do it like that. .5% something. Let's try it this way. Need to import math. Okay, fine, go to the theory. Oh, percent 0.3f. Okay, it's like that. Okay, I know how to do this now. Okay, work on the project. Let's compute all the parameters of the loan. There are at least two kinds of loan, those with an annuity payment and those with differentiated payment. Ooh. At this stage, we are going to calculate only the former. Annuity type of payments consist in paying a fixed sum of money at a specified intervals, for example, each month or each year. CTY says, not this. What's wrong with this? The annuity payment amount is precisely this fixed sum of money that you need to pay at regular intervals. You spend 7 hours on this? Well, hopefully we don't spend 7 hours on it tonight, because I want to be in bed in less than 7 hours from now. 8. Oh, math.ceil of 7. Is that why it's 8? The annuity, let's assume that annuity payments are made monthly, thus we can use the following formula to calculate the monthly payment. A of ordinary annuity equals P times I 1 plus I to the n over 1 plus I to the n minus 1. Where A equal annuity payment, P equal principal, I is nominal monthly interest rate, a floating value, not a percentage. For example, if your annual interest rate is 12%, then I equals 0.01. N is the number of payments. This is usually the number of months in which the repayment will be made. Okay, let's skip forward. At this stage, you should add the new behavior to the calculator. First, you should ask the user which parameter they want to calculate. This calculator should be able to calculate the number of monthly payments, the monthly payment amount, and the loan principal. Let's go to the IDE. So how much of the old stuff do we get to keep? Okay, let's work from the examples again. That's, I think, a good way to look. I don't know why that print statement is there. You put the section 2 on a new file. But isn't it gonna check? Isn't it gonna check for the credit calc file when it does this? I guess I don't understand what you mean by you put section 2 on a new file. Actually, it's stream break time. Sandwich Topping coming in with, "Lol, this is a good BRB screen." I'm glad you think so, Sandwich Topping. Also, gotta ask, let's stay on the webcam for now. Oh look, there's my cat. Hey Sammy. He looked up at us. So I have got, it's coming near to midnight for me, so sorry CTY, but I don't think I'm gonna get any further in that project tonight. But I think we can, we're gonna get you there on that project. And I think I might be able, so anyway, I have a craft beer to close out my night. This is from Three Sons Brewing. It is a Passion IT, maybe IT for information technology. I mean, why not? A Belgian Golden Strong Ale with passion fruit. And let me tell you, it is nice. It is good. I'm allowed to drink on Twitch, right? I think they just say excessive alcohol consumption, and I'm just having a beer at night, so I think I'll be fine with that. Sandwich topping. I gotta know, which sandwich topping are you? Sandwich topping says, "I believe so." Cheers. Yeah, cheers. Anyone else wanna raise a drink? Even if you're drinking water, let me know what you're drinking. Pickled jalapenos. Okay. I can dig it. It wouldn't be my first choice as a sandwich topping, but I can dig it. Tomorrow I'm going out to the suburbs to have a meal with family, so that's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to that. Kay says, "As always, incredible stream." Why, thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. Hey, I know what we can do. Let's do. What did we learn tonight? So, Kay, what's something that you learned tonight that you didn't know before? Also, anyone else, feel free to answer the same question. Sandwich Topping says, "I'm new here. If you don't mind me asking, how much programming experience do you have?" I don't mind you asking. I have been programming seriously since 2019. So that's, we're coming on 3 years of that. But all the way back in 2010, when I was in school for chemistry, I took a course called Programming for Scientists. And it was, if I remember, it was in Mathematica and it was in C. So I had, I had some foundations back from then. And then in grad school, I did a little bit of programming with LabVIEW and MATLAB, but pretty light stuff. Yeah. That's my programming experience. And it's been like my main thing since summer of 2019. Kay says, "Well, I didn't know PHP, so that was new to me." Okay. That's cool. Sandwich Topping on Twitch says, "Oh, okay, cool. I was in school back in 2010 as well, but didn't do programming then." Are you getting into programming now, Sandwich Topping? Or should I call you Pickled Jalapenos? I gotta say, this JetBrains project is trickier than I was anticipating it to be. Sandwich Topping says, "No, been programming since graduation in 2010. It's my day job now, for better or worse. Well, which is it, better or worse? Sandwich Topping says, I like it. Excuse me. As far as jobs go, it's good, says Sandwich Topping. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm actually going to be starting up a new job as a data engineer a week from today. And I won't say which company because this is my own social media thing, and my opinions here are separate from the opinions of the company, and the simplest way to keep them separate is just to not say. If you tried really hard, you could probably find me on LinkedIn and, you know, find out that way, but I'm not going to say on stream. Sandwich Topping says, ooh, exciting, I hope it goes well. Thank you, Sandwich Topping. I think it will go well. I have a good feeling about the company and the manager and some other people I talked to. I think they have some good institutional knowledge and a good chance for me to do some good work. I think I'm going to like it. All right, anybody else have, or Sandwich too, if you have anyone have any questions before I start to wind down the stream for the night? Sandwich Topping on Twitch asks, any experience with other languages aside from Python? Yeah, some HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and a decent amount of Java, and SQL. You know, as a data engineer, not surprising that I've come across SQL. I even touched a little bit of Pig, which is a language that lets you write code that looks like SQL, but executes on, I think, Hadoop and stuff. Yeah, and C, you're right. I barely have experience with C, but it was the place where I started. And I don't even, you know, it's been so long, I don't remember whether it was C or C++ at that point. But it might have just been C. Sandwich Topping says, very cool, a wide amount of experience helps a lot. Yeah, I think so. Oops, that's my phone telling me that it might be time to start getting ready for bed. Maybe I'll ignore it. Yeah, wide experience. I have Java comes from a boot camp in software development, and Python comes from data science and also just learning Python on its own. And what was the other ones I mentioned? Oh yeah, the Web3, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Touched on those a little bit in one of the boot camps, and also just, you know, on the side, coming across them. Yeah, wide range of experience helps, and I think it helped that I didn't do just one boot camp. I did a computer science certificate in 2019, and then in 2020 a data science boot camp. And those two together were almost enough to prepare me for a data engineer role. But I didn't end up growing with the role as well as like a year in. It just didn't work out. But then I added a Java development program. And I think to do data engineering, it helps a lot to have a software development background because of the way that you're building things. And I think some of the skills are transferable in that way. Sandwich Topping says, companies have a wide range of expectations too. I've noticed some companies, no matter what, might expect too much or not know what they're wanting. So it's good to keep at it regardless. You know, I heard in a talk, someone said that it's one thing to get through a boot camp and get into a software job, but it's something else to stick at it and stay in the software field for like a year, 2 years, and more. And that a lot of people may finish the boot camp but may drop off at the end of like a year or so. And that really resonated with me because there I was, I'd gotten my data engineer job and I was in it for a little more than a year, and I didn't succeed in it and ended up leaving it. And I could have given up on the whole programming thing right then, but I was able to find a free program, and I had some cushion that I could support myself for a while, and so I was able to stick at it. And I'm really glad that I did, because I ended up getting a good position that I was in for about 6 months, and now another one that I think is going to be even better that I'm starting in on a week from today. Yeah, it's good to keep at it if you can. I think programming is a good field to be in. It's a good field for me to be in. CTY, if you're still out there, I would very much like to see what you've done so far of the part 4 of that JetBrains thing. I expect I'll get to part 4 on stream tomorrow if that's the thing that I do on stream. And let me think for a second. Kay says, do you ever feel like everyone else is better than you no matter what you try? Well, not everyone else, but I always feel like someone's better than me. And let me tell you, on social media, you're up against people who are really something. So I always feel like someone else is better than me. But you know, I keep trying. Do you ever feel like everyone else is better than you no matter what you try? Do you want to say a little more about that? Like, I feel like that's kind of a harsh way to feel like everyone is better than you. What do you mean by everyone? Do you mean like all the people are better than you, or just that there's a lot of people out there who are always going to be better than you? Meanwhile, CTY says, I did 0. What do you mean by... Oh, is that a... I don't know what you mean, CTY. And for anyone who's confused, CTY is on Twitch, and Sandwich Topping is on Twitch, but K is on YouTube. And I've got a chat aggregator that's giving me both sides of it. I guess, Kay, I can talk about, like, it can be tempting to compare myself to other streamers and think about, like, oh man, they've got so much better content than me, and they're putting out so much better videos, and they've got so much more experience at this, and... C2I says 0 of 4, 4. Sorry, I still don't understand that. Well, let me turn it around to you. Do you ever feel like everyone else is better than you no matter what you try? Four out of 4 project. CTY says 4 out of 4 project. K says kind of. K on YouTube says kind of. K says I never managed to get an actual job. I see. I can see how it might be like tempting to get down on yourself about that. Sandwich Topping says, I think the people who are vocal online about programming tend to know a good amount and have experience. So if you're learning, you feel like you're the only one who doesn't know much. Sure, yeah, there's a bias online towards people who have something to say. Sandwich Topping says, but really there's a ton of people in the same boat. Kay says, excuse me. Kay says, because there's always been someone better than me who gets selected. I'm going to come in with UK and a little bit challenge the notion that they're better than you, because the way I read it, and you know, it's hard sometimes to get everything across in text, but the way I read it is like, they got the job, therefore they're better than me. Well, they were better, maybe they were better suited for the position, or maybe their resume looked better, or maybe they had experience that looked better to the employer. Whereas if you just say, there's been someone better than me, that's a pretty absolutist statement right there. But I'm gonna read again what Sandwich Topping said, because I think it's important. Sandwich Topping said, I think the people who are vocal online about programming tend to know a good amount and have experience. So if you're learning, you feel like you're the only one who doesn't know much. Yeah. And you know what? The people who are out there talking and don't know what they're talking about probably tend not to get amplified by social media. At least I would hope that, like on Tech Twitter, there's a filter and the good content makes it to the top, and the people who know what they're talking about are the people who have their voices raised up and, you know, have their stuff followed and liked and all of that. Is there a like button on Twitter? I guess it's retweeting that. Yeah, there's a like button on Twitter. What am I talking about? I like this saxophone. How's the music volume, by the way? Is it at an appropriate level? Sandwich Topping says, being rejected is the same as just never applying to start with. Nothing wrong with it. Keep at it and a job will come. Purple heart. Thank you, Sandwich Topping. And Sandwich Topping says, yeah, music is good here. Okay, cool. Good to hear. Maybe I should change the stream to just chatting, because that's kind of what's going on now. Sandwich Topping says, very good music too, by the way. Thank you, Sandwich Topping. It's from Pretzel Rocks, pretzel.rocks. Check them out if you're ever going to stream. Kay on YouTube says, the music is a vibe, lol. Yeah, I like this music. It's their chill playlist. And I'm enjoying it. I feel like I could just kind of sit here on stream and listen to the music if I wanted to. Sandwich Topping says, oh, I've heard of that. The royalty-free thing for streamers, I think. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And they help you out. They tell you, they have a help page that tells you what to do when you get a copyright claim against your video on YouTube. And they give you they tell you what to click through and how to dispute the claim. Excuse me. How to dispute the claim and what words to say. They give you like a little spiel that says, I have been licensed this music through the Pretzel Corporation or whatever. Yeah, so it's all royalty free, it's all cleared for Twitch. And if I turn on a switch, then it's also cleared for YouTube. And I'm gonna double check that I have that switch turned on. Yeah, it's set for YouTube safe. And I can also tell it to just give me instrumental music. So everything, I mean, there've been like some little bits of talking that show up, which isn't really instrumental, but it's been so little. But anyway, the filter is for instrumental, and you can have that so you don't have singing lyrics. And I like that. It's the right vibe for me. Sandwich Topping says, also, how are you liking Python? Is there something you don't like about it or wish you could change? I go back and forth with Python. Like, dynamic typing is such an interesting thing. And it seems like such a dangerous thing. I mean that as it's easy to like have, you know, do you have a list of lists or do you have a list of lists of lists? Which one is it? And when you are doing your for loops, doing your for loops to bring things out, like how deep can you go in the for loops? I like about Java that it's strictly typed. So when you have a number, you know explicitly how that number is going to behave. Sandwich Topping says, exactly. I think Python might be moving towards having a typed version as they've been adding type hints. I agree, though. That's right, they have been adding type hints. It would be interesting to see if they end up making it a required thing, because, you know, at this point you can run the Python code even if the type hints don't make any sense, but you can add in a linter to, like before you commit, you can have it run a linter on the type checking to make sure that makes sense. What else was I going to say? Oh, the whole indentation being syntactically relevant is something that, I mean, at this point it wouldn't be Python if indents didn't have meaning to the structure of the program. And it makes me think of the DRY principle, don't repeat yourself. Actually, I read somewhere that the colon is redundant, like for X in array colon and then indent. Well, you already have the indent there, so why do you need the colon? So just leave it out. Maybe it was someone who had like made their own version of Python that didn't require a colon. I don't know. Sandwich Topping on Twitch says, "Huh, yeah, it might be actually. Might be what? I lost track of which thing you were referring to. Oh yeah, might be redundant, the colon. Yeah, because if you have the indent there, it's, think of it like in Java or JavaScript anyway. The braces define the next scope, and in Python the indent defines the next scope, so that the colon there. And it's interesting, you can write things like you can write it on the same line. I've seen that in places like with file as f colon data equal f dot read, which is an interesting construct because it limits. You do that a lot, Lol. Which is it that you do a lot? Sandwich topping? Sandwich topping says, I really like comprehensions like inline stuff in Python. Yeah, list comprehensions are pretty neat. I was thinking about using a list comprehension on one of the Code Wars ones earlier tonight, but I decided to break it out line by line on that case. So sandwich topping, which languages do you work in? Sandwich Topping says, I use a lot of Python and recently a lot of F#, previously some C and C++ too, and a little bit of C# and Java. So again, good variety there. Excuse me. I've never heard of F#. In fact, I'm going to look up F#. Let's bring this up over here. F# Software Foundation. Sandwich Topping says, I got bit by the functional programming bug. F# is kind of a Python version of functional programming, but honestly Python is incredibly powerful, especially if you have a small team. F# empowers everyone to write succinct, robust, and performant code. F# gives you simplicity and succinctness like Python, with correctness, robustness, and performance beyond C# or Java. The way they say it gives you correctness, like it feels to me like that implies that the other languages are all incorrect. But Sandwich Topping, I'm interested by you said, especially if you have a small team. What is it about Python and small teams that they go well together? Also, maybe I'll show the F# website here. Sandwich Topping says you can get a lot done in Python very quickly and get it to be pretty performant too. Huh. F# is open source, cross-platform, and free to use with professional tooling. F# is a JavaScript and .NET language for web, cloud, data science, apps, and more. What do they mean when they say it's a JavaScript and .NET language? I don't understand what that means. F# has what is called, this is Sandwich Topping. F# has what is called an algebraic type checking system. I think that's what they mean by correctness. You can compile F# to JavaScript, I think. Okay, Sandwich Topping, that's interesting. Sandwich Topping says, also sorry to hijack your chat. I don't mind. I'd rather you hijack it than that no one say anything. Although I'd also love to hear anyone else speak up. Like this could be if you've been hanging out and lurking and feeling kind of like you want to say hello, maybe now's your chance. I mean, I may not be on stream that much longer tonight. You may not, you'll have your chance tonight, and then tonight will be gone. What's my favorite IDE? It says K on YouTube. PyCharm. That's the one we were using earlier to go along with the JetBrains educational materials. We're up to 7 viewers. Apologies to anyone who came in looking for Code Wars, because I'm actually just chatting at this point. Maybe you should update the stream title, but eh. was a good beer. Sandwich Topping on Twitch says, chatting about code though, always fun. Yeah, it's good stuff. I am chatting about code, so I don't mind that I'm in the software and game development channel on Twitch right now. I feel like that's an okay thing, an okay place to be right now. Excuse me. Oh, Sammy. How about you, Kate? Do you have a preferred IDE? Same question to anyone in the chat, also. Sandwich Topping on Twitch says, I tend to use Visual Studio Code. Yeah, I tend to use that a fair bit myself. Kay says I use VS Code. Yeah, VS Code, it's free, it works, it's got good extensions. I find it incredibly useful, says Kay. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's good software. And I don't think there is any like single right software. I mean, there's no single correct text editor to use. There's no single correct IDE to use. Whatever you use it's all good. Sandwich Topping says, yeah, I think anything you enjoy using is the right one to use. Right on. Sounds good. Kay says, but for Python, I also use PyCharm within VS Code. How? What? I didn't know that was possible. Like, is it an extension? Sandwich Topping says, I didn't either, lol. Yeah, I don't understand what that means. To use PyCharm within VS Code. I'm gonna Google that. I'm just finding a bunch of PyCharm versus VS Code. Let's search with this with quotes. Your search PyCharm within VS Code did not match any documents. Related searches PyCharm VS Code. Okay, says there's not correct IDE to use. Some of my friends who have big jobs at big tech. Some of my friends who have jobs at big corporations even use Notepad. Notepad or Notepad++? Because that's like two different things, isn't it? Hey, Kakoyo01, thanks for the follow. In fact, just because I'm feeling like it, I'm going to replay the following notification. Yeah, thanks for the follow. I'm so tempted to just spam that right now and fill up my chat with thank you for following Kakoyo01, but I'm not going to. I'm going to restrain myself. Kay says Notepad. Okay. The Notepad we all love. I mean, I use a Mac at work, so I use TextEdit sometimes at work, just like for notes and also for like, there's this weird thing about PyCharm. If you copy some code and then you do a git checkout, so that makes the code on the text document go away, and then you try to paste code, you can't paste anything. It's like they don't actually copy the text. You copy a pointer to the text in the file, but if the file's not there anymore because you did a git checkout, then you can't paste. So I'll paste that off into Sandwich Topping. Says, oh, interesting. Yeah, isn't that interesting? They must be like copying a pointer to the file. I don't know if pointer is quite the right word to use here, but yeah. This is a good groove. There was an example of like some spoken stuff. So it's that instrumental when there's like little samples of people talking. All right, well, I'm gonna be wiping up pretty soon here. Anyone have some last words for the night? All right, Kay says adios. Adios, Kay. Thanks for hanging out. Sandwich Topping says thanks for the stream, and I'll be around hopefully. And again, hope the new job goes well. Thank you. Well, my first assignment on the new job is to take a week of staycation, and that's going pretty well. So. Oh, Jodel PV just rated the channel with 7 viewers. How about that? Well, welcome viewers. I would take a sip of my beer, but I already finished it. So, someone want to say hi from what were you watching on Jodl PB. Nice Jaja, says Jodl PB. I don't know what's happening. Let me get over on Twitch over here. So Jodl, what have you been streaming? And thanks for the follow as well. And thanks for the raid. Shoot, I mean, all the things, right? I'll say what was on my stream tonight. I started with some PHP because someone on Twitter wanted to hear about it. I don't know how much I was able to really give of PHP because it's new to me, so I just went through the W3 schools thing. But then after that, we switched to Python and did some Python Code Wars. And then King 440 says, Code Wars you say? I do say Code Wars. Code Wars I do say. I don't think I'll be doing any more tonight. I was just about to wind down the stream, but of course with the raid I gotta hang out and see what people have to say, right? You know, that's just the way it works. But yeah, Code Wars is near and dear to my heart. Because when I was learning to code, Code Wars, forget about sleep. You know, most nights I would agree with you 100%, King 440. Most nights I would agree with you completely, but I have to get up and get on a train tomorrow. But also Code Wars. So you know what? Let's do some Code Wars. New window. Let's get Code Wars up on my Mac. Sleep and train. There you go. Let's see. I gotta get my scene here so we can have Code Wars. I am absolutely not going to do a 4Q kata at this time of the night. That is not a thing that I'm going to do. 6, maybe we'll try 6. Let's at least read it. We need a function prime BEF AFT, prime before after, that gives the largest prime below a certain... No, I'm not finding primes. We're going to do 8Q. What does Q mean? Well, it has to do with a Japanese martial art tradition that I know next to nothing about, but it's the difficulty level. So 8Q is the easiest and 1Q is the hardest. Let's do remove string spaces. Simple. Remove the spaces from the string, then return the resultant string. 1Q is the hardest. That's correct. Sandwich Topping says, oh, more code. Okay, BRB. Yeah, we're doing some more code. Return. I don't want to call it X, though. I'm going to call it S. S for string. I hope that that's allowed. X.replace space with empty string. King says, OMG, why are you doing kids code? I don't know what to say to that. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. I'm feeling the 8 cube tonight. That's what I'm gonna code. Alright, replace method for the win. Next, Kata, what do we got next? Okay, fine, I'm gonna train on this one. Minimum 4Q, says King. I don't know if I should be listening to King today. I don't know if this is like the best life choices. But I'm gonna give it a try. Write a function that accepts a square matrix n by n 2D array, okay, and returns the determinant of the matrix. How to take the determinant of a matrix. It is the simplest to start with the small cases. If it's n by n, so I can say if length of matrix equal 1, return King says, I know nothing about matrix law. Well, you got what you wanted. You wanted me to do something difficult. Return matrix at position 0. But then that, wait, is it, okay, so this is the data type. The list, it's still a list of a list, even if it only has one value. Oop, that is not the right syntax. Matrix 0, 0. Aleph length of matrix equals 2. A 2x2 matrix A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, D has determinant. Return matrix 0, 0 times matrix 1, 1 minus matrix, let's do this on a new line. Get a paren so I can do it on a new line. Minus matrix 0, 1 times matrix 1, 0. So that handles the 2 case. The determinant of an n by n sized matrix is calculated by reducing the problem to the calculation of the determinants of n matrices of n minus 1 times n minus 1 size. For the 3 by 3 case, ABC, DEF, GHI, or ABC, DF, GHI, determinant is A times determinant of A minor minus B times determinant of B minor plus C times determinant of C minor, where determinant of A minor refers to taking the matrix of a 2x2 matrix created by crossing out the rows and columns in which the element A occurs. Note the alternation of signs. The determinant of a larger matrices are calculated analogously. For example, if M is a 4x4 matrix with first row A, B, C, D, then determinant M equals A times determinant A minor, B times D determinant B minor, C times determinant C minor, minus D times determinant B minor. So this is, we have to deal with 2 issues. Else for position in range of length of matrix we have matrix sign equal. King says, do you need depth field search? I don't know what you mean by that. Can you elaborate? Let's see, we need sign times equal -1. I know I'm gonna need to swap the sign on that one. Total plus equals DFS algorithm. Yeah, I don't know the DFS algorithm, but I don't think it's gonna be relevant here. Total plus equals matrix at position plus determinant of sandwich topping says, all right, I'm back. What did I miss? I think you missed elif matrix length matrix equal 2. And now we're on to the else condition. You know what? oh man, this is nasty. Because I have to slice it, but I have to know whether it's in the middle or KY Cool 13 says DPS is depth, or I think you mean to say DFS. Anyway, that is depth first search. This is a recursion problem rather than tree based. Okay. KY Cool, I think you sound like you know what you're talking about, so I'm gonna go with that. In here, I want a smaller matrix. Oh, who's coming by to say hello? KY Cool says you're on the right path. Keep it up. Thank you, Cool. Hello, Sammy. Are you gonna jump up in front of the stream and say hello to the people? Let's get you up in the camera. Oh, there he is. There's the kitty. All right, Sammy, are you just gonna sit in front of my keyboard? I can't solve the coding problem if you sit in front of my keyboard. Was that your plan all along? Good kitty. King says let him solve it. I don't know, this cat wants me to stop. Alright, Sammy, off you go. Come on. You can go. You can go now. So if position equals 0 something, elif position equal length of matrix -1, then something else. Else pass. And then we've got the sign equals, oh, there goes the cat again. Determinative matrix position +1 to all, and position +1 to all, That'll be the okay, let's zoom out a little bit. I need some more. Oh wait, let's make the. Hey, look at all that space I've got to work with now. That's nice. You can even make it one strict bigger. What's a strict? I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do the middle one, so let's skip to the last one. How does the signage work? Okay, it's... We can leave out the sign there. Sign times matrix at position. Oh no, how am I gonna... I have to build to build a matrix from... Okay, let's do this the other way around. Let's not build a matrix out of pieces. Let's delete the pieces that we don't need. Uh-oh. Nope. That's me noping out of this for the night. I gotta save solving this one for tomorrow. I'm gonna go grab a drink of water, say a few words, and then call the stream for the night. That's how this is gonna be. Okay, we are back. And about to go on a raid. But I gotta say, Sandwich Topping in the meanwhile said import NumPy, and I think that is the correct answer. In fact, I think with that we've solved the whole thing, and there's no need to go any further into trying to solve any of it. Well, now I'm going to say once again, any last words for the night before we hop on a raid? Chat's pretty quiet. All right, I think we'll just leave it at this. Thanks for coming out, everybody. It's been a good night. I've got to turn in, so I'm gonna fire off this raid towards Odat Nerd. All right, bye everybody.